You'd need three brains. Howard Stern's theory about why nobody could sing, play complex guitar, and dance athletically all at same time seemed scientifically sound when he said it on radio to 3 million listeners in July 1984, explaining that human brains simply couldn't coordinate three high-level motor functions simultaneously without quality degrading in at least one area, which is why Michael Jackson chose dance over instruments, why Jimi Hendrix chose guitar over choreography, and why Prince probably stopped playing when he danced and stopped dancing when he played. But standing 10 feet from Prince at Madison Square Garden side stage, watching 6 minutes of guitar solo, played while doing splits, while singing falsetto without single mistake in any of three skills made, Howard understand that impossible wasn't statement about human capability, but admission about lack of training, because Prince had spent 58,000 hours since age 7 teaching his brain to do what Howard claimed required three brains, proving that coordination isn't genetic gift, but learnable skill. But Howard's claim that Prince couldn't coordinate all three skills simultaneously wasn't just radio controversy for ratings. It was widely held belief in 1984 music industry that specialized mastery meant choosing one primary skill and supporting it with secondary skills, not achieving equal excellence in three completely different physical and cognitive domains, which is why Michael Jackson's team included guitar players, but Michael himself focused on vocals and dance. Why Jimi Hendrix's performances were stationary showcases of guitar virtuosity without athletic choreography, and why most musicians either sang while playing or sang while dancing, but never attempted sustained excellence in three areas at once, making Howard's skepticism reasonable until Prince spent 6 minutes at MSG demonstrating that what seemed like physical impossibility was actually just uncommon. Dedication to simultaneous skill development that most artists never attempted because it required 20 years of training, three separate capabilities in parallel. July 1984, Manhattan, New York City, WNBC Radio Studios, Rockefeller Center, The Howard Stern Show, broadcast live every weekday morning. Howard Stern, 30 years old, rising shock jock known for controversial opinions. 3 million listeners tuning in daily across the tri-state area. Morning show built entirely on hot takes and provocative statements designed to generate buzz. That morning's topic, pop stars claiming athlete status, comparing themselves to Olympic performers. Howard was animated, leaning into the microphone, voice rising with conviction. Michael Jackson, incredible dancer. The best dancer alive, nobody questions that. But when he dances, really dances with full choreography, what's he doing musically? Not playing an instrument. Either he's lip-syncing to a track or he's singing live. Pick one. You can't have both at elite level. Robin Quivers, co-host. What about guitarists who move? Look at Jimi Hendrix. Guitar god. Literally the best guitarist who ever lived. Watch any footage from Woodstock, Monterey, any performance. Standing mostly still. Moving a little, sure, but not doing splits while playing a solo. Not doing backflips. He plants his feet. Focuses on the guitar. That's not limitation. That's understanding human capability. He knew to play at that level requires full cognitive focus. Prince. I've seen Purple Rain movie, jumps around, plays guitar, but I bet he's not doing both simultaneously. Camera cuts make it look simultaneous. Robin. Singing while playing guitar? Sure, 2 compatible motor functions, but 3? Singing plus complex guitar plus athletic dancing, all at once, while maintaining quality? Howard's voice carried absolute confidence, the confidence of someone stating scientific fact. It's impossible. I'm not being mean. I'm being scientific. The human brain cannot coordinate 3 high-level motor functions simultaneously. Listen to what I'm saying. Singing requires breath control, diaphragm support, pitch accuracy. Guitar, complex guitar, not just strumming, requires fine motor control, precise finger placement, timing. Dancing, athletic dancing, requires gross motor coordination, balance, spatial awareness. Do all three perfectly? You'd need 3 separate brains. This isn't about practice. This is about biology. The human brain has structural processing limits. Howard to audience. I'm putting $1,000 on this. Show me any musician doing all 3. Complex guitar, athletic dancing, live singing, simultaneously for sustained period. Can't be done. 3 million listeners heard theory. Howard Stern had just broadcast claim that would reach Prince within 48 hours and result in invitation forcing Howard to witness 6 minutes of performance. His theory said was biologically impossible, but Howard's confidence wasn't based on comprehensive study, but on incomplete observation of artists who hadn't spent 2 decades training coordinated multi-skill development from childhood. Early August 1984, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Paisley Park Studios. Prince was in the middle of rehearsal when his assistant knocked, entered hesitantly. "Prince, you need to hear something. It's making rounds." She played a cassette tape, bootleg recording from Howard Stern's show, The 3-Brain Theory, the $1,000 Challenge. Prince listened, face neutral. "Howard Stern, shock jock. I understand the game, but he's wrong. I do all 3 every night." Prince looked at calendar. "Madison Square Garden, August 20th? Perfect. Invite him. Backstage pass. Tell him bring his $1,000. He's going to lose it." Invitation sent. Prince Rogers Nelson invites Howard Stern to MSG Purple Rain Tour concert, August 20th, 1984. Personal demonstration regarding coordination impossibility. Claims. Howard, on air next day. "Got invitation from Prince. August 20th. He wants to prove me wrong. Fine. I'll go. I'll bring my $1,000, but I won't lose it. 3 skills simultaneously at elite level? Biologically impossible." Robin. "What if he actually does it? Then I'll apologize. Publicly, but I won't have to. Physics is physics. Biology is biology." Prince had issued invitation not to humiliate Howard, but to demonstrate that what looked like biological limitation was actually training limitation, and Howard's willingness to attend with $1,000 showed he genuinely believed his theory was scientifically sound rather than just controversial radio talk, which meant confrontation at MSG would be honest collision between skepticism based on incomplete observation and capability based on decades of coordinated practice. August 20th, 1984, Madison Square Garden, New York City, 7 p.m., 2 hours before showtime. The arena was already buzzing with 22,000 people, completely sold out. Purple Rain Mania was at absolute peak. The movie was #1 at box office. The album was dominating charts. Prince was the biggest star in America at that moment. Backstage VIP lounge. Howard arrived with Robin. Security cleared them. Howard, nervous but confident. "I still don't think he can do it." "Bet's on." Robin. "What if he proves you wrong? You said biologically impossible." "I'll apologize. Publicly. But I won't have to. You can't coordinate 3 complex motor functions at elite level simultaneously. Brain has structural limitations." Backstage monitor showed stage setup. Howard. "I've interviewed athletes, musicians, scientists. I know human limits. What I said wasn't just controversy. It was fact based on understanding of motor coordination." Robin. "But you've never seen Prince perform live. Doesn't matter. I've studied coordination principles. 3 high-level skills at once, while moving, while maintaining pitch, while hitting complex notes. Physiologically impossible." 8 p.m. Lights dimmed. 22,000 screaming. Prince took stage. Howard Stern was watching with absolute confidence his theory would be validated by careful observation. But what Howard didn't know was that Prince had spent first 45 minutes deliberately keeping guitar, vocals, and dance separate. So when demonstration began, Howard would have clear bass line and couldn't claim Prince had been doing triple coordination entire time. 8:45 p.m., normal Purple Rain Tour show. Let's Go Crazy opened. Prince singing, dancing, band handling instruments. Howard, to Robin, watching monitor. See? Dancing and singing. 2 skills. Band playing guitar. 2 maximum. Delirious next. Prince picked up guitar, played rhythm, standing relatively still, singing while strumming basic chords. Howard, guitar plus singing. 2 skills when he plays, not dancing athletically, just bobbing. That's not what I mean. 1999 followed. Prince put guitar down. Full choreography. Singing. Howard, dancing plus singing. 2 skills. He's doing exactly what I predicted. Never 3 simultaneously. When he dances, no guitar. When he plays guitar, minimal dancing. My theory is being validated, Robin. But he's moving while playing. Basic movement, simple chords, not complex guitar, not solos, and even then his dancing was minimal. I'm talking about splits, spins, full athletic moves. That plus complex guitar plus singing. Hasn't done it, won't do it. Can't do it. 8:45 p.m. When Doves Cry finished, Prince caught breath, looked toward side stage. Prince, to stage manager. Howard Stern here? Yes. VIP lounge. Bring him to side stage wings. I want him to see this up close, 10 feet away. Direct observation. Howard had spent 45 minutes observing exactly what he expected, 2 skill combinations. But never 3 simultaneous elite-level performances, which is why, when security approached to escort him to side stage, Howard assumed Prince wanted brief conversation to acknowledge Howard's point was correct, not understanding that separation of skills was deliberate setup for 6-minute demonstration that would force Howard to watch triple coordination from 10 feet away, where camera tricks were impossible. 8:50 p.m. Security brought Howard and Robin to side stage wings, 10 feet from performance area. Prince turned. Eye contact. Howard Stern. Howard, yeah, great show. You said something on your show about what I can't do. Howard defensive. I said nobody can sing, play complex guitar, and dance athletically. All 3. Same time. It's not personal. It's biology. Prince. 3 skills, simultaneously. You said requires 3 brains. Human brain can't coordinate that. When you multitask complex motor functions, quality degrades. Neuroscience. You watched my show. First 45 minutes. What did you see? Exactly what I said. 2 skills, guitar plus singing while standing or dancing plus singing. Never 3. Good observation. I kept them separate. On purpose, so you'd have baseline. Baseline for what? Watch. Prince's calm response wasn't defensiveness, but strategic patience. Words couldn't convince skeptic, but demonstration could, especially from 10 feet away where every technical detail would be visible, which is why Prince had deliberately separated skills, so Howard couldn't claim triple coordination had been happening all along. Have you ever been so confident in limitation that you bet money on it, only to watch someone prove that limitation was unexplored possibility? Howard wagered $1,000 that Brain couldn't coordinate 3 elite skills simultaneously, not from arrogance, but from never seeing anyone attempt it. What have you declared impossible simply because you've never witnessed it? Prince signaled band. Howard side stage, 10 feet away. Minutes 02. Guitar, plus, dance. Guitar solo began. Complex. While playing, 360 spin, notes clean, high kick, sustaining bend, moonwalk backward, riff precise. Howard, guitar plus dance, but not singing. Minutes 2:04. Guitar, plus. Vocals, still playing, started singing. Falsetto. Some people say you can't do 3 things, but watch me now, I'll show you everything. Howard, guitar plus singing, but stop dancing. Prince dropped into full split. While playing, While singing, Howard's jaw dropped. Minutes 4 to 6. All three. Guitar, complex solo, not simple chords. Technical difficulty obvious. Singing, falsetto high notes. Breath control while moving. Dancing, splits, spins, jumps, athletic movements, all simultaneously. Final 30 seconds. Guitar behind head, falsetto sustained, spinning 360. 22,000 erupting. Howard frozen. Prince finished. Walked to side stage, breathing hard. Howard! Still impossible? Howard speechless. 10 seconds. How? Practice. 20 years. Started age 7. Coordination isn't one skill, many skills trained simultaneously. You said brain can't coordinate 3 things. You're wrong. Brain can. Just needs training. You owe me $1,000, but keep it. Buy Purple Rain album. Study it. Prince had performed 6 minutes of sustained triple coordination from 10 feet away, forcing Howard to either admit theory was wrong or deny undeniable evidence, teaching that impossible often means unexplored rather than unachievable. Prince took microphone. Turned to 22,000. Howard visible side stage on screens. Howard Stern said I can't sing, play complex guitar, and dance athletically all at same time. He said it's impossible. He said human brain can't coordinate 3 high-level motor functions simultaneously. Crowd booing. Prince raised hand. No, don't boo. Howard wasn't being mean. He was being honest, and he's right about most people. Most people can't do all 3. Not because they lack ability, because they lack specific training, listed deliberately. Musical training, playing guitar since age 7, 17 years, 4 hours daily. That's 10,000 plus hours guitar-specific development. Vocal training, breath control while moving, supporting sound from diaphragm even when body position changes. Physical training, gymnastics, dance, flexibility, core strength, balance. Most important, coordination training, teaching brain to connect all 3 simultaneously. That's what most people never attempt. This isn't talent, this is work. 20 years' work. The math counted. 4 hours daily guitar, 2 hours dance, 2 hours vocals, 8 hours per day, times 365 days, times 20 years. That's 400 hours coordinated training. That's why I can do what Howard said is impossible. Not 3 brains, not genetics, 400 hours invested, not magic. Math. Howard, come out here. Howard walked on stage. Prince handed him microphone. Howard, emotional. I was wrong. Dead wrong. On my show, I said this was biologically impossible, said human brain can't coordinate singing, complex guitar, athletic dance simultaneously. I just watched Prince do it. 6 minutes, from 10 feet. That wasn't tricks, wasn't lip sync, was real elite execution in all 3 skills. I've interviewed thousands, never seen anything like this. Prince, I apologize. Publicly, you proved me wrong. Made me realize I underestimated what humans can accomplish with training. Prince, you didn't underestimate me. You underestimated humans. You said impossible, but impossible just means nobody's invested training hours yet. Michael Jackson chose dance. Valid choice. Jimi Hendrix chose guitar. Valid choice. I chose all 3. Not more talented, just worked at all 3 since childhood. You bet $1,000. I don't want money. I challenge you. Take guitar, dance, vocal lessons. 1 year. Then show me what you can do after 365 days. Lessons. You'll play simple song while dancing while singing. Won't be complex. But you'll understand. Coordination is learnable. Trainable skill. Howard, laughing, crying. Deal. 1 year. I'll document process on radio. 3 million listeners learn with me. 22,000 roared. Standing ovation for both. Prince's challenge transformed concert moment into year-long education about genetic versus training limitation, proving message wasn't, look how special I am, but Look how capable humans become through systematic training investment. Backstage. 11:10 p.m. Howard. That was most incredible thing I've witnessed. Human achievement. Prince. Your skepticism wasn't wrong. It pushed me to demonstrate. Without you saying impossible, I wouldn't have proved it possible. That's value of critics. They make artists rise. Thank you, Howard. Should be studied. Sports scientists should study your coordination. Prince. UCLA studied me 1983. Neural pathways highly developed, but not genetics. Practice. Anyone who started same training at age 7 would develop similar pathways. 400 hours is the price, but it's achievable. Howard spent next year taking lessons. Documented journey on radio. 1986. Performed simple coordination. Prince sent congratulations. You did it. Proves my point. Anyone can learn. 2016. Prince died. Howard cried on air. 1984. Prince made me eat my words, but taught me. Impossible is just lack of training. Changed how I view human potential. That night at MSG taught Howard what skepticism based on incomplete observation looks like when confronted with comprehensive evidence, proving that greatest education doesn't come from being right, but from having courage to admit when demonstration proves theory wrong, and by challenging Howard to spend year learning rather than just accepting apology, Prince showed that victory wasn't winning $1,000 bet, but changing cultural understanding about what impossible actually means when humans systematically invest training hours toward coordinated multi-skill development. What looks impossible is often just unexplored territory. Howard bet $1,000 that Brain couldn't coordinate 3 elite skills simultaneously, but Prince spent 58,400 training hours proving impossible just meant uncommonly attempted. Share this with someone who needs reminder that most limitations aren't biological. They're just lack of dedicated practice over extended time. When Prince died, Howard's tribute captured lesson. 1984, Madison Square Garden, Prince made me eat my words, proved me spectacularly wrong. But more than that, he taught me something fundamental. Impossible is just lack of training. That lesson changed how I view human potential forever, not just in music, in everything. That night wasn't about winning bet. It was about demonstrating that humans are capable of far more than we assume when we systematically develop capabilities most people never attempt to train. Simultaneously from early age, proving that biological limits are often actually just training limits, waiting to be explored by someone willing to invest decades of coordinated practice.